Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss class 10th ICSE mock test. Now the time allotted is 2.5 hours and maximum marks are 80. General instructions are that answer must be written on the paper provided separately. You will not be allowed to write during first 15 minutes and this time is to be spent in reading the question paper. The time given at the head of this paper, that is 2.5 hours, is the time allowed for writing the answers. Attempt all questions from section A and any 4 questions from section B. All work including rough work must be clearly shown and must be done on the same sheet as the rest of the answer. Omission of essential working will result in loss of marks. The intended marks for questions or part of questions are given in brackets and mathematical tables are provided. So first of all, in section A, we'll have questions containing 40 marks. Attempt all the questions from this section. Do not copy the questions, write the answers only. Now have a look at question number 1. It says choose correct answers to the questions from the given options. Now question number 1 is of 15 marks. Now it is MCQs, that means multiple choice questions. Alright. Now have a look at first part. First part is that order of a matrix P is 2 cross 1 and that of Q is also 2 cross 1. So we need to find the order of matrix 2P minus Q. अब देखो अगर P का order 2 cross 1 है, so each and every entry is multiplied by 2, so 2P matrix का भी order कितना होगा 2 cross 1. फिर Q का order 2 cross 1 है, तो दो matrices को subtract तभी कर सकते हो जब order same होता है और resulting matrix 2P minus Q का order भी वही होगा, that is 2 cross 1. So that means C option is correct. Question number 2 is on dividing x square minus 4x plus m by x minus 2 remainder is minus 1. So if you consider this as a polynomial, px is equal to x square minus 4x plus m, तो अगर x minus 2 से डिवाइड करने पे रिमाइंडर हमारे पास minus 1 आता है, that means p of 2 is equal to minus 1. That means अगर आप x को 2 put in करते हो तो value of polynomial should be minus 1. So that means 2 square minus 4 times 2 plus m will be equal to minus 1. That is 4 minus 8 plus m is equal to minus 1. So minus 4 plus m is equal to minus 1. So m will be equal to 4 minus 1, 3. That means D option is correct. Third is a dealer in Panipat, which is in Haryana, sold a table for 16,000 to a consumer in Sonipat, which is also in Haryana. So the GST rate, if it is 18%, what is IGST? Now since the state is same, so that means your IGST would be 0. That means D option nil. Fourth is you have to tell what kind of roots does this quadratic equation have. So let us obtain the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. A is coefficient of x square, which is 3, b is coefficient of x minus 5 and c is the constant term. So D will be equal to minus 5 square minus 4 times 3 into 1. So this is equal to 25 minus 12, which is equal to 13. It is not a perfect square. So you know that quadratic formula is minus b plus minus under root of d divided by 2a. So if d is not a perfect square, that means you will have term inside the square root. So you will have 5 plus minus root 13 by 2 3 is 6. So you can see these roots are irrational. Alright. So therefore we have A option correct. Next, moving on, question number 1 part 5. We have to tell nth term of this AP. So we have this AP 15, 10, 5 and so on. You can see the first term A is 15. Common difference is 10 minus 15, which is equal to minus 5. Now the formula for nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D, which is equal to 15 plus n minus 1 multiplied by minus 5. That is 15 minus 5n plus 5. So the nth term is given by 20 minus 5n, which is B option. Sixth part is, in the figure all dimensions are in centimeters. We have to find the length of AD. Suppose length of AD is x. Then you can see in this figure we have triangle ABC and we have this triangle DEC. We have angle B equal to angle E, both are equal to 90 degree, and then we have angle C equal to angle C. So therefore two angles are equal. We can say these two triangles are similar to each other by the rule AA. So now if triangles are similar, sides are proportional. So AB upon AC will be equal to DE divided by DC. Now let us plug in the values. AB is 9, AC is how much? This is given to be 24. DE is given to be 3 and DC will be, if AD we are assuming as x, DC will be 24 minus x. So from here we can obtain x. For that you may first cancel out. 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9, then 3 ones are 3, 3 eights are. So 24 minus x would be equal to 8. So 24 minus 8 would be equal to x. So that means your x will be equal to 16, which we had assumed as AD. So therefore AD will be equal to 16 centimeters. That means C option here would be correct, right? Now part 7 is, if k be the scale factor of size transformation, then k greater than 1 means. Now if k is greater than 1, that means it means your size will get enlarged. So A option will be correct. Eighth part is, radii of two circular cylinders are in the ratio 4:5 and heights are in this ratio. Suppose for the first cylinder, say C1, we have R1 radius, H1 is the height and V1 is the volume. And for the second cylinder C2, we have suppose radius as R2, height as H2 and volume as V2. So first of all, ratio of radii means we are given R1 upon R2 is 4/5. Then ratio of height means H1 upon H2 is 5/3. We need ratio of volumes V1 over V2. So volume of cylinder is pi r square H. So pi R1 square H1 divided by pi R2 square H2. Pi gets cancelled. This can be written as R1 upon R2 whole square times H1 upon H2. So plug in the ratio. R1 upon R2 is 4/5. So 4/5 square times 5/3. This is equal to 4 into 4 divided by 5 times 5 multiplied by 5/3. So 5 gets cancelled. We have 16/15. So the ratio of volumes is 16:15. That means B option correct. Moving on, part 9. A bag contains 3 red, 5 white and 7 black balls. So in a bag we have 3 red, 5 white and 7 black balls. The probability that a ball drawn from bag is neither red nor black. So if E is the event that ball is neither red nor black, so that means the ball will be white. So probability E means probability of getting a white ball. So favorable are 5 and as you can see total balls are how many? 15. So you can cancel out. We get the required probability 1/3. That means B option correct. 10th part is the coordinates of a point which divides the line segment joining these two points in the ratio 1:2 internally. So suppose we have this line segment A with coordinates -3, 4 and B with coordinates 7, -6. So we need to find the coordinates of a point P which is dividing it internally in the ratio 1:2. So for that we will apply section formula. So if you apply section formula over here, then 1 will be multiplied on this side, 2 on this other side. So point P will have coordinates 1 times 7 plus 2 times -3 divided by 1 plus 2. Similarly, y coordinate 1 into -6 plus 2 times 4 divided by 1 plus 2. So solving we get coordinates of P as 7 minus 6, 1/3, then -6 plus 8, that is 2/3. Alright. So in part 10th we have C option correct. Moving on, let's have a look at part 11th now. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Cyclic quadrilateral means when all the 4 vertices lie on a circle, and also you are given AB is diameter. So this is the diameter which is given of the circle circumscribing it. Circle is circumscribing means all 4 points of quadrilateral lie on circle. Also we are given angle ADC as 140. We need to obtain BAC. That means this angle is to be obtained. Now look here, first of all, since AB is diameter, we know that angle in a semicircle is 90 degree. So this angle would be 90 degree. So we have angle ACB to be equal to 90. Now let us call this as 1. Also, since ABCD is cyclic quadrilateral, so in a cyclic quadrilateral, opposite angles are supplementary. That means this angle D plus angle B would be equal to 180 degree. So angle D is given to be 140. So 140 plus angle B is 180 degree. So angle B would be equal to 40 degree. Let us call this as 2. So look here, now we have C as 90 and B as 40. So now look at this triangle ABC. We know that sum of three angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So we have this angle CAB, okay, angle A means angle CAB, B is 40, C is 90, so this sum is equal to 180. So angle CAB will be equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree, which is nothing but 50 degree. Alright, so in 11th part we have B option correct. Moving on, 12th part, the construction of a cumulative frequency distribution table is useful in determining what? In median, because in median, in the formula we use cumulative frequency and also to find the median class. 13th is 10% of rupees 100 shares at rupees 120 means annual dividend on one share. So annual dividend on one share will be equal to 10% of 100. Okay, so annual dividend on one share, this will be equal to 10% of rupees 100, which is equal to 10 by 100 times 100. So 100 gets cancelled, so that will be rupee 10. That means we have A option correct. Moving on, question number first 14th part. The reflection of point 1 comma minus 2 in the line y equal to minus 1. So the point is 1 comma minus 2 and the line is y equal to minus 1. Now we know that reflection of point x comma y in line y equal to a is given by, the coordinates are x comma minus y plus 2 times a. So your x is 1, right, y is equal to minus 2 and a is equal to minus 1. So that means the reflection of the point P, say P dash, will be x means 1 minus y means 2 plus 2 times minus 1. So that means it will be 1 comma 2 minus 2, that is 0. Then 15th part, assertion is that median of first 11 prime numbers is 13. So what are the first 11 prime numbers? They would be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, then 17, 19, 23, 29 and then 31. So these are first 11 prime numbers. Alright. So median is, now these are 11 prime numbers, 11 is odd. So if you have an odd number, then median is given by n plus 1 by 2th observation if the observations are arranged in increasing order. So your n is 11 over here, alright. So we have 11 plus 1 by 2, that is 12 by 2, which is 6th observation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 6th observation. So that means 13 is the median. So assertion is correct and reason is, for odd number of observations, median is value of n plus 2th observation. This is also correct. So assertion is true and this reason is also true. So that means C option will be correct. Moving on, question number 2 now. Question number 2 here is that a cylindrical can whose base is horizontal and of radius 3.5 centimeters contains sufficient water so that when a sphere is placed in the can, the water just covers the sphere. Alright. Now given that the sphere just fits into the can, we need to calculate total surface area of can in contact with water when sphere is in it. Now look here. First of all, what we can do is, we know that if you assume the radius of the sphere as r, because the sphere just fits into the can, So you can see that radius of the cylinder will also be r. Alright. Now what will be the height? Look here. If this is point A, this is point B, then you have the height as this. Now since it is completely filling it, it is just, see, the sphere is placed in the water, just covers the sphere. So that means height of the cylinder will be covering the sphere. So that means height of cylinder will be equal to 2 times r. Maybe we can assume it to be capital H. So this height of cylinder, that is capital H, will be nothing but 2 times r. Alright. Now what will be the total surface area of can which is touching the water, right? Which is in contact with water. So let us do total surface area of can will be 2 pi RH, the curved surface area, and plus the bottom, which is pi r square. So we are given here that radius is 3.5 centimeters. So you can take it to be 7 by 2 centimeters. Now here you can see we can take 2r common, okay, pi r common, not 2r. So here what we can do is we can take pi r common. Then we are left with 2 times h plus r. Plug in the values. So pi है 22 by 7, r is 7 by 2. 2 times h का मतलब कितना हो गया? Now look here. Capital H is 2 times r, that is 7 centimeters. So 2h will be double of 7, that is 14, or r has 7 by 2. 7 is cancelled. This is cancelled 11. So that means it is equal to 11 times 14 2s are 28 plus 7, that means 35 by 2. So this is equal to 385 divided by 2, which is equal to 192.5, and the units will be centimeter square. Now the B part of the question is that find the depth of water in the can before the sphere was put into the can. Alright. So see, for that you will have to calculate the volume of water. Okay. So volume of water in can will be equal to volume of cylinder minus volume of sphere. So from this we will calculate. So let us assume that small h to be the depth of water which we have to obtain. So water will be in the shape of cylinder. So that means volume of water will be pi r square small h, where small h we have to obtain. Alright. So this will be equal to volume of cylinder, which is pi r square capital H, and volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now you can see pi r square will get cancelled. So let us divide this by every term by pi r square. So we get h to be equal to capital H minus what will be left? 4 by 3 times r. So capital H is how much? 7 minus 4 by 3 times 7 by 2. So this is equal to, now this you may cancel. So this is 7 minus 14 by 3. Alright. So 21 minus 14, that is 7 by 3, which is equal to 2.33 centimeters. Right. So this will be the volume of water. If you take, so from that we can obtain the height of or the depth of water in the can before the sphere was put into the can. Now question number 2, second part is, Amelia has a recurring deposit account in the bank for 3.5 years. If the bank pays interest at the rate of 12% per annum and Amelia gets rupees 3061.82 on maturity, find the value of monthly installment. Now we can assume we need to obtain value of monthly installment. So we can assume let value of monthly installment be rupees P. Alright. So this we can assume to be rupees P. Now look here. We have n as 3.5 years. So let us convert it into months. So this will be 3 years. Alright. Plus half year means 6 months. So 3 years means 36 months plus 6 months. So in totality we have 42 months. So n will be equal to 42. Is it alright? Number of months. Now let us calculate first of all the interest. So for that we are given rate of interest as 12% per annum. So therefore your simple interest will be equal to P times n into n plus 1 by 2 multiplied by R over 100 times 1 over 12. So this will be equal to P times 42 times 43 divided by 2. R is 12, so 12 over 100 times 1 over 12. 12 gets cancelled, so this is 21. So therefore simple interest will come out to be, after solving, 9.03p. Alright. Now let us see what is the maturity value. So the maturity value will be equal to your amount deposited, right, plus interest. So whatever amount you deposit, you add interest to it, that will give you the maturity value. So amount deposited is how much? This is equal to 42 times P, because monthly installment is of P, and how many months do we have? 42. And interest is 9.03p, and this sum will be equal to 51.03p. Now maturity value is given to be this 3061.82. So this is equal to 51.03p. So on solving this, we will get RP, which is the monthly installment, that is 3061.82 and divided by 51.03. So this will come out to be approximately rupees 60. Now question number 2 part 3, we need to show this result. So let us start from left hand side. It is tan A plus sin A divided by tan A minus sin A. Since we have sin also with tan, so let us convert tan in terms of sin and cos. So this is sin A over cos A plus sin A. And similarly, denominator would be sin A divided by cos A minus sin A. Now you can see we can take sin A common in the numerator. We have 1 upon cos A plus 1. Similarly, sin A can be taken common from the denominator. We get 1 upon cos A minus 1. Is it okay? So sin A gets cancelled. Now what is 1 upon cos A? Secant A. So it is secant A plus 1, and what is 1 upon cos A? Again secant A minus 1, which is equal to right hand side, right? Now question number 3 part 1. We are given that a cube plus 3ab square over b cube plus 3a square b is 63 over 62. Using componendo and dividendo, find a's to b, right? So what is componendo and dividendo rule? Componendo and dividendo rule is that if you have a over b equal to c over d, then we have a plus b over a minus b is equal to c plus d over c minus d. So we are going to use this rule. So we have, let us apply in this c and d rule, componendo and dividendo rule. So let us take numerator plus denominator. So a cube plus 3ab square plus b cube plus 3a square b divided by numerator minus denominator, a cube plus 3ab square minus b cube minus 3a square b. This will be equal to again 63 plus 62 over 63 minus 62. Now numerator is nothing but a plus b whole cube and denominator is a minus b whole cube. This is how much? 125, which is 5 cube, and 63 minus 62 is 1, which can be taken as 1 cube. Now let us take cube root on both sides. So if you take cube root, we get a plus b over a minus b is equal to 5 over 1. Now again apply C and D rule, that is componendo and dividendo rule. So we get numerator plus denominator and then numerator minus denominator, right? So this will be equal to 5 plus 1 over 5 minus 1. B gets cancelled, we get 2a. In the denominator, a will get cancelled, b plus b will be 2b. This is equal to 6 over 4. So 2 gets cancelled, here 2 is a factor. So we get a upon b to be equal to 3 over 2. So therefore your ratio a is to b will be 3 is to 2. Moving on, question number 3 part 2. in the given figure, CE is tangent to the circle at point C, as you can see in the figure. Alright, so this is the figure. We can enlarge it a bit. So CE is tangent, so we are given that it is tangent at this point C. Then ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, that means all the points lie on a circle. Angle ABC is 93, so this angle is 93. DCE is 35, so this angle is 35. We need to find ADC. ADC is this angle. Then CAD. CAD is this angle. Then ACD is this angle. So all these angles we need to obtain. First of all, look here. How can we obtain angle CAD? Now look here, since CE is the tangent, we have CE is tangent, alright. Then this implies angle DCE would be equal to angle CAD, because these are angles in alternate segment, right? Alternate segment. So we have DCE as 35, so this implies angle CAD would also be equal to 35 degree. So this angle would be 35. Why it is in alternate segment? See, this CD is the chord, alright. So here angle formed is 35, so in the alternate segment the angle formed is the same. Now since we have ABCD as a cyclic quadrilateral, in a cyclic quadrilateral opposite angles are supplementary. So angle B plus angle D would be equal to 180 degree. So that means angle D would be 180 minus B, which is given to be 93 degrees. That means we get angle D as how much? 87 degree. So this angle is coming out to be 87. You can also call it as angle ADC. Alright, so angle ADC, as they were asking us. So this angle ADC is coming out to be 87 degree. Now the third angle in the triangle can be obtained by taking the sum. So take triangle CAD. Sum of all three angles, alright, would be 180 degree. So that means we have 35 degree plus 87 degree plus this angle ACD. This sum would be equal to 180 degree. So this is how much? This is 122 degree plus we have angle ACD to be equal to 180 degree. So this implies angle ACD would be 180 minus 122. So this would be equal to 58 degree. So the third angle here is coming out to be 58 degree. Moving on, question number 3, third part. It is draw an ogive for the following frequency distribution. Now look here, you are given these class intervals and you are given the corresponding frequency. Now for drawing the ogive, you have to form the table of cumulative frequency. So you know that we keep adding the previous frequencies. So 10 plus 18 will be 28, 28 plus 20 would be 50, 50 plus 25 would be 75, 75 plus 17 is 92, 92 plus 10 102, 102 plus 8 will be 110. Now we plot these points. As you can see, first of all we are going to plot this point 6500, 0. Then we are going to plot the second point 7000, 10. Then we have the next point 7500, we keep taking the cumulative frequency now. So for 7000 it is 10, 7500, 28. Similarly 8000, 50. So next point that we are going to plot would be this. Next point would be 8500, 75, right? 8500, 75. Then 9000, 92. Next point would be this. Then 9500, 102, and then lastly 10,000, 110. So you can see the graph would be like this. On x-axis you make a kink first of all, then take these at a distance of 500 units. So we have all these upper limits as you can see, and then the cumulative frequency we plot on the y-axis. So this is the first point, alright, 6500, 100 comma 0. So if you want, you can join this also. Then you have 7000 comma 10, 7500 comma 28, 8000 comma 50, 8500 comma 75, 9000 comma 92, 9500, 102, and this. So if you join, you can see we are getting this S-shaped curve, which is called as ujjayi. Now we come to section B. So section B is of 40 marks, in which you have to attempt any 4 questions. Now question number 4, part 1 here is, we have matrix A to be 1 1 8 3. We need to find A square minus 4A. तो उसके लिए आपको पहले A square निकालना पड़ेगा, which is A into A. So we need to multiply these two matrices. All right. तो इसी मैट्रिक्स को रादर खुद से मल्टीप्लाई करना है 1 1 8 3. तो करते हैं. सो फर्स्ट element would be when you multiply corresponding elements of first row and first column. So 1 plus 8, first row second column, so 1 plus 3, second row first column 8 plus 3 8s are 24, second row second column 8 plus 3 3s are 9. So we have A square matrix as 9, 4, 32 and 17. Now let us calculate. एक 4A भी निकाल लेते हैं. 4 times A means when you multiply each and every entry of A by 4, right? So this will be equal to 4, 4, 8 4s are 32 and 3 4s are 12. Now we calculate A square minus 4A. So A square is matrix 9, 4, 32, 17, and minus 4 times A is 4, 4, 32, 12. Subtract the corresponding entries. 9 minus 4 is 5, 4 minus 4 0, 32 minus 32 is 0, 17 minus 12 is again 5. So this is the required matrix. Moving on, let's have a look at now question number 4, part 2. Solve x square plus 7x equal to 7 and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So the quadratic equation is x square plus 7x minus 7 equal to 0. We won't be able to split the middle term, so we are going to use the quadratic formula. So quadratic formula is x is equal to minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. A is coefficient of x, which is 1. B is coefficient of 7, which is equal to coefficient of x, which is 7. C is equal to constant, which is minus 7. So let's plug in the values. Minus 7 plus minus b square would be 49. Minus 4 times 1 into minus 7 divided by 2 times 1. So x is equal to minus 7 plus minus under root of 49 plus 7 4s are 28 divided by 2. So x is equal to minus 7 plus minus under root of 77 divided by 2. Now root 77 approximate will be 8.77 divided by 2. So there are two cases. Either x will be equal to minus 7 plus 8.77 by 2, or x will be minus 7 minus 8.77 over 2. In the first case, we get x as 1.77 divided by 2, which is approximately 0.89. And in this case, it is equal to minus 15.77 divided by 2. So in this case, it will be minus 7.89. So these are the two solutions, rounded off to the two correct places of decimal. Now have a look at question number 4, third part. In the figure we are given ABC is a right angle triangle. Alright, so you can see this is the right angle triangle, as you can see. So we are given that ABC angle is 90 degree. So this angle is 90. BD is perpendicular to AC. That means this angle is also 90 degree. Then DM is perpendicular to BC. So this angle is also 90. And DN is perpendicular to AB, means this angle is also 90. So we have 4 right angles over here. Now you have to prove this result. Now for proving this result, what we are going to use is that if a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of a right angle triangle to the hypotenuse, then the triangles on each side of the triangle are similar to the whole triangle and to each other, right? So if you see that this BD, see BD is the perpendicular drawn from the vertex of a right triangle on the hypotenuse. So it means that the two triangles formed on each side, which are these? These are ABD and BCD. They will be similar to each other and they will be similar to the whole triangle ABC. Now same thing, as you can see, if you consider this as right triangle, triangle BDC. Alright, look here, triangle BDC. This triangle we are talking about, triangle BDC. In this triangle we have this perpendicular DM. So it is dropped from vertex on the opposite side. So that means these two triangles will be similar to each other, right, and to the whole triangle. So particularly we will have triangle here BMD would be similar to triangle DMC, right? So if the triangles are similar, corresponding sides would be proportional. So we have DM upon BM to be equal to CM upon DM. So this means on cross multiplication we get DM square to be equal to BM into CM. Let us call this as 1. Now similarly we look here in this triangle, triangle ABD. In this triangle you can see, like here in triangle BDC, DM was perpendicular to BC. So in ABD we have DN is perpendicular to AB, and also this angle is 90 degrees. So this itself is a right angle triangle ABD. Again from the vertex, if you drop perpendicular on the opposite side, then these two triangles formed would be similar to each other. So that means we have triangle BND to be similar to triangle DNA. So if the triangles are similar, sides would be proportional. So we have DN upon BN to be equal to AN upon DN. Now if you cross multiply, we get DN square to be equal to BN multiplied by AN. Let us call it as 2. Now let us see what do we had to prove. We have to prove DM square is DN into MC. Now look at the first result. CM means MC only, but we want to replace this BM by DN. Similarly, second result is DN square, that we have to prove is DN square is DM into AN. AN we already have, that means we want to replace BN by DM. So for that what we are going to do is look at triangles BDM and triangle DBN. Alright, so BDM means this particular triangle we are taking, this triangle, alright, and then triangle DBN is this triangle. So we are concentrating now on these two triangles. Now in these two triangles, observe we have angle BMD is equal to angle DNB, because you can see each is 90 degree, right? So angle BMD is this angle, this is 90, and DNB is this angle, this is also 90 degree. Moreover, we have angle MBD equal to angle NDB. They would be alternate angles, right? They are alternate angles. So look here, which angle are we talking about? MBD, that means this angle, this particular angle, and then NDB means this angle, right? Because these are parallel, ND is parallel to BC, so these are alternate angles. And also we have BD side is common. So you can see that these triangles are congruent now, right? Triangle BDM is congruent to triangle DBN. By which rule? By ASA. So corresponding parts will be equal. So therefore your BM will be equal to DN, and we will have BN to be equal to DM, right? Now look at the first result. From 1, DM square is equal to, now BM can be replaced by DN. So it is DN, and CM you can write as MC. So that proves the first result, right? And from the second one we have now DN square to be equal to, BN can be replaced by DM. So it is equal to DM into AN, which is the second result that we had to prove. So that is question number 4, part 3, right? Moving on, let's have a look at now question number 5. So let's see question number 5 part 1. We have to calculate the mean of the following distribution using step deviation method. So look at the classes. These are 0 to 10, 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, then we have 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and then we have 50 to 60. Corresponding frequencies are 10, 9, 25, 30, then 16, and then 10. First of all, mid value of each class interval, lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So this would be how much? This would be 5, then 15, then 25, then we have 35, then 45, and then 55. Now assumed mean A is taken as middle xi since there are 6 values. So 35 has greater frequency, so we can assume this as 35, right? Now h is the size of the class interval, which is upper limit minus lower limit, that is 10. So ui we calculate xi minus a over f. So 5 minus 35 minus 30 upon 10 is minus 3. 15 minus 35 minus 20 upon 10 is minus 2. Similarly, we have minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Then we multiply fi and ui. So we get minus 30, minus 18, minus 25, 0, 16, and then 20. Now this sum will come out to be minus 37, and sum of all frequencies is 100. Now we know that mean x bar is given by a plus h u bar, that is a plus h times sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi. So assumed mean is 35 plus 10 times we have minus 37 divided by 100. So this is equal to 35 minus 3.7, which is nothing but 31.3, which is the required mean. Moving on, now have a look at question number 5 part 2. 3 friends XYZ live in Ghaziabad, UP. X sells medicines worth 50,000 to Y. So X is selling medicines to Y and the cost is rupees 50,000. Then Y sells the same medicine to Z. So Y is selling it to Z at a profit of 6,000. So this is being done at a profit of 6,000. If the rate of GST is 12%, then we have to solve these parts. Now let us first of all look at A part. SGST paid by Y. Okay, now since GST is 12, so that means your SGST would be equal to 12 by 2, that is 6%. So A part is SGST paid by Y. So this will be equal to how much? This will be equal to 6% of how much? It would be 6,000, right? The profit made by him. So this would be equal to 6 by 100 times 6,000. So you cancel out 2 zeros, that means it will be equal to rupees 360. Now let us take B part. Total CGST we want to obtain. So look here, total CGST would be equal to, again if GST is 12%, SGST is 6, and your CGST would also be equal to 6%, that is half of 12%. So this will be 6% of the total amount involved, that is 50,000 plus profit of 6,000. So this is equal to 6 by 100 times we have 56,000, right? So 2 zeros will get cancelled. So this will give you rupees 3,360. Then C part is amount paid by Z for the medicines. So let us calculate now amount paid by Z. This would be equal to, first of all, 56,000, alright, plus it will be 12%, which is GST of 56,000. So you can take this as 56,000 common. So it will be 1 plus 12 by 100, which is 0.12. So this will be 56,000 multiplied by 1.12. So this will come out to be rupees 62,720. So these are the 3 parts. Now question number 5 part 3. In the figure you are given that O is the center of the circle, right, as you can see. Then we have angle AOC as 100 degree. We need to calculate angle ADC, which is this angle, and angle ABC, which is this angle. Alright. Now first of all, look here. This O is the center, so you know that angle formed in the alternate segment is half of the angle formed at the center. So ADC will be half of angle AOC, that means half of 100 degree, that is equal to 50 degree. So this angle comes out to be 50 degree. Now you can see that ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. All the points are lying on the circle. So opposite angles are supplementary. So angle D plus angle B would be equal to 180 degree. So angle B would be equal to 180 minus D, which we have obtained as 50. So angle B means angle ABC. So this is coming out to be how much? 130 degree. Now moving on, let's have a look now at question number 6 part 1. We need to find the sum of first 45 terms of AP, in which third term is 6 and seventh term is 22. So we are talking about an AP. Let first term be A, common difference be D. We know that nth term has formula A plus n minus 1 into D. So we are given that third term, that means A3 is equal to 6 and seventh term is 22. So third term would mean A plus 2D, that is 6, and then we have A plus 6D is 22. Let us subtract these two equations. So we have 4D is equal to 16, that means common difference D will be 4. Now this we can plug in over here to find A. So A plus 8 will be equal to 6. So first term A will be equal to minus 2. Now we need to find the sum of 45 terms. So Sn is given by n by 2 times 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So n is 45 over here. So S45 will be equal to 45 divided by 2. 2 times A means minus 4, n minus 1 is 44 and D is also 4. Maybe we can take 4 common outside the bracket. So we have minus 1 plus 44. So 2 gets cancelled. So we have 45 times 2 is 90. 90 times 43, which is equal to 3870. So that will be the sum of first 45 terms of AP. Next is, in a school, the weekly pocket money of 50 students is as follows. So you need to draw the histogram and hence locate mode from it. So you can see, to draw the histogram, we have to take these class intervals 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100, and that we take along x-axis, and along y-axis we take the frequency, that is number of students, right? So this is the frequency. So for 40 to 50 you can see the frequency is 2. So this is the height of the first bar. 50 to 60 height is 8. Then 60 to 70 height is how much? 12. 70 to 80 we have maximum height 14. Then 80 to 90 frequency is 8, so height is 8. Then 90 to 100 it is 6. So we draw these bars, so that is how a histogram will be drawn. Now how do we obtain mode from it? What we do is, like from the tallest bar, if you name the points as AB, then the previous one, okay, so you join A to this point C. We join AC over here, and then D is the point where the previous bar is height of the previous bar, so you join it to B. So if you join, suppose the point of intersection is this P. So from P we draw PM perpendicular to x-axis. Is it alright? Now it is meeting x-axis at M. So M is on x-axis and its abscissa will be 72. So that will be equal to mode. Okay. So that is how we locate the mode. Moving on, question number 6 part 3. A conical tent is to accommodate 77 persons. Each person must have 16 meter cube of air to breathe. Given the radius of tent as 7 meters, find the height of the tent and also curved surface area. Now first of all, we can obtain the volume of tent. Alright, so volume of tent, or you can say volume of cone, this will be 77 times 16. Is it alright? Now if you take r to be the radius of the cone and h to be the height, we know that volume is given by 1 by 3 pi r square h. So this is 77 into 16. You are given the radius as 7 meters, right? So let us plug in. We have 1 by 3 into 22 by 7 into 7 into 7 times h is equal to 77 times 16. So this 7 is cancelled. Then you have h to be equal to cross multiply 3 times 77 into 16 divided by 22 times 7. So this is 11, then 11 twos are, then we have 2 eights are. So that means your height is 3 eights are, that means 24 meters. So height is 24 meters. Now to obtain the curved surface area, you need to obtain the slant height L. So you can see this is a right angle triangle. So Pythagoras theorem can be applied. So L square will be equal to h square plus r square. That means 24 square plus 7 square, which is equal to 576 plus 49, that is 625. So take the square root. So slant height is 25 meters. Now we obtain the curved surface area, which is equal to pi r L. That means 22 by 7 times r, which is 7, and L here is how much? 25. So 7 gets cancelled. We have 22 times 25 as 550 meter square, right? Moving on. Now let's have a look at question number 7, part 1. You are given the distance by road between two towns A and B is 216 kilometers. So, and by rail it is 200 kilometers. So, we are talking about traveling by road and by rail, okay, or you can say by train. So, if you are traveling by road, the distance is given by 216 kilometers, and here maybe we can call it as D1. And by train the distance, or by rail the distance is 200 kilometers. Now a car travels at a speed of x kilometers per hour. So by road we are traveling by car. So that means the speed, that means S1 is given by x kilometers per hour. And the train travels at a speed which is 16 kilometers per hour faster. So for this the speed would be x plus 16 kilometers per hour. Now let us look at the A part first of all. Calculate the time taken by car to reach town B from A. Now we know that speed is equal to distance over time. That means time will be equal to distance over speed. So let us apply this. So for A we are talking about time taken by car. So that means T1 will be equal to D1 upon S1, which is equal to 216 divided by x, these many hours. Now have a look at part B. Part B is the time taken by train to reach town B from A in terms of x. So in B part we are talking about train. So the time taken T2 will be equal to D2 divided by S2. Now D2 is 200 and S2 is x plus 16. So these many hours. Now C part is if the train takes 2 hours less than the car to reach town B, obtain an equation in x and solve it, and hence find the speed of train. Now look here, in part C we are given that in a way, since the train is taking 2 hours less, so that means T1 minus T2 will be equal to 2 hours. So let us plug in the values of T1 and T2. So 216 over x minus 200 divided by x plus 16 will be equal to 2. Now we can divide both sides by 2. So that will give us 108 over x minus 100 over x plus 16. This would be equal to 1. Take LCM, x into x plus 16. So we have 108x, 16 times 108 will be 1728 minus 100x is equal to 1. So we get 8x plus 1728 is equal to x square plus 16x. So the quadratic equation formed is x square plus 8x and equal to 1728. This is the quadratic equation formed. Now we have to solve it to obtain x, and then we'll find the speed of the train, right? Now look here. Either you can use quadratic formula or a better method would be completing the squares. अब x का कोफिशिएंट जैसे 8 है, 2 से डिवाइड करोगे 4 आएगा, 4 का स्क्वायर 16 है. So let us add 16 on both sides. This quadratic equation will be easier to solve by completing the squares because factorize होगी नहीं. So we have two options, either completing the squares or by quadratic formula. तो लेफ्ट साइड देखो आपका बन गया x plus 4 whole square and this is 1744. Take square root. So x plus 4 will be plus minus square root of 1744. इसमें calculation part कम होगा. So x will be equal to minus 4 plus minus, this will be approximately how much? 41.76. x negative तो हो नहीं सकता, so we will take minus 4 plus 41.76. So x is coming out to be 37.76, right? अब x किसकी स्पीड थी देखो, कार की. We need to find the speed of the train. So car has speed 37.76 kilometers per hour, right? And train, you need to add 16 to it, right? So you add 16 to it, that will be equal to how much? This will be 53.76 kilometers per hour. So this is the speed of the train, right? So these were the three parts of this question. Moving on, let's have a look now at question number 7 part 2. The angles of depression of two ships A and B as observed from the top of a lighthouse 60 meters high are 60 and 45 degree respectively. If the two ships are on the opposite sides of the lighthouse, find the distance between the two ships. Give your answer correct to the nearest whole number. Now you will have to draw the figure like this. Suppose PQ is the lighthouse. So here PQ is the lighthouse. Alright. And we are assuming or you are given that the height h is equal to 60 meters, right? So this will be 60 meters. This is 60 meters. Now two ships are there. One is at A, other is at B. They are on the opposite side of the lighthouse. From now the angle of depression means this angle is 60. So alternate angles are equal. So this would be 60. And from the other ship, angle of depression of the other ship is 45. So this angle is 45. Now you need to obtain the distance between the ships. So it will be x plus y. Is it okay? Suppose this is x and this is y. Now this angle would be 90. This would also be 90. So first of all, have a look at triangle PQB. Now we are interested in perpendicular and base. So let us take tan. So we have tan 45 degree to be equal to perpendicular, which is PQ, and base is BQ. So 1 is equal to PQ is 60, BQ is x. So that means we get x to be equal to 60. Take the other right triangle, triangle PQA. Angle is 60 degree. So tan 60 degree will be again perpendicular PQ upon base is QA. Tan 60 degree is root 3. This is equal to 60 over y. So that means y is equal to 60 means 20 times 3 over root 3. So cancel out root 3. So this is 20 times root 3. So that means distance between ships. Alright. So distance between ships is nothing but AB, which is equal to x plus y. So this is equal to 60 plus 20 times root 3. Now let us simplify. So this will be equal to 60 plus 20 times 1.73, right? So this would be equal to 60 plus 34.6, which is equal to 94.6. So you want to round it off. So it will be 95 meters, right? That is the answer. Moving on, question number 8 part 1. We need to solve this inequation. 12 plus 5 over 6x is less than or equal to 5 plus 3x. X is real number and represent the solution on the number line. So collect the terms involving x on left hand side, take constant on the other side. So 5 by 6x minus 3x is equal to 5 is less than or equal to how much? 5 minus 12. Take LCM. So we have 5x minus 18x is less than or equal to minus 7. That means we get minus 13x over 6 is less than or equal to minus 7. Now what we can do is multiply both sides by 6, or you can multiply by minus 6 so that negatives get cancelled. If you are multiplying by negative quantity, sign of inequality will change. So we have 13x is greater than or equal to 42. Is it all right? So that means x is greater than or equal to 42 divided by 13. That means x is greater than or equal to 3.23. So on the number line, if you have this as 0, somewhere here you will have 3.23. So either x is equal to this or greater than this. In interval form, you can say that x belongs to closed interval 3.23 up to infinity. Or you can also say the solution set is given by x such that x is greater than or equal to 3.23 where x is any real number. Moving on, let's have now look at question number 8 part 2. This is in the given figure ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. So you can see this ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral because all 4 points are lying on a circle. AC is diameter. Alright, so this AC is given to be diameter of the circle. MN is tangent. So this is tangent to the circle at D. If angle CAD is 40, so this angle is given to be 40, then ACB, this angle is given to be 55 degree. We need to determine angle ADM. ADM is this angle which we need to obtain, and BAD will be this total angle which we want to obtain. Alright. Now look here, how can we do this question? Now look here, since AC is diameter, alright, so we know that angle in a semicircle is 90 degree. So this angle ADC would be 90 degree. So we have angle ADC as 90 degree. Also you are given that angle CAD is 40. Now if you look at triangle ACD, ये वाले triangle की हम बात कर रहे हैं, alright. Now sum of angles would be 180 degree. So that means we have 40 plus 90 and plus this third angle, angle ACD, this sum would be equal to 180. So that means we have 130 degree plus angle ACD equal to 180 degree. So that means angle ACD would be equal to 180 minus 130, that is 50 degree. तो देखो ये वाला एंगल जो है हमारा, this is coming out to be 50 degree. Now look here, we want to obtain this angle, angle ADM, right? अब since MN is tangent, we know that MN is tangent और हमें पता है alternate segment में जो angles बनते हैं they are equal. So angle ADM will be equal to, अब जैसे आप ये segment लेते हो AD, okay? So angle in the alternate segment will be this angle ACD जो कि अभी हमने निकाला है 50. So this angle will be equal to angle ACD, that means 50 degree. तो हमें पहला एंगल हमारा मिल गया ADM to be equal to 50 degree. Is it all right? अब देखो हमें चाहिए एंगल BAD, this total angle BAD. We know that ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. साइक्लिक क्वाड्रिलेटरल में अपोजिट एंगल सप्लीमेंट्री होते हैं. सो एंगल BAD प्लस एंगल BCD वुड बी इक्वल टू 180 डिग्री. अब BCD एंगल वुड बी 55 प्लस दिस 50, दैट इज 105. सो वी गेट एंगल BAD टू बी इक्वल टू 180 डिग्री माइनस 105 डिग्री. सो देयरफॉर वी गेट द सेकेंड एंगल that we had to obtain BAD to be equal to how much? 75 degree. तो ये दो एंगल्स हमने निकालने थे, एंगल ADM which is 50 and angle BAD which is 75 degree. Moving on, question number 8. Find the equation of the straight line passing through the intersection of this line with x-axis and parallel to this line. अब देखो कोई भी लाइन अगर x-axis को इंटरसेक्ट करती है तो x-axis की इक्वेशन होती है y equal to 0 because any point on x-axis has y coordinate 0. तो y इक्वल टू 0 पुट कर दो फर्स्ट इक्वेशन में, वी गेट 2x प्लस 5 टाइम्स 0 इज 4, दैट मीन्स 2x इज इक्वल टू 4, तो इसका मतलब x आ गया 2। तो जहां पे ये लाइन x एक्सिस को इंटरसेक्ट कर रही है, a पॉइंट के कोऑर्डिनेट्स आ गए 2, 0। सो वी वांट इक्वेशन ऑफ स्ट्रेट लाइन पासिंग थ्रू दिस पॉइंट। अब आपको कहा है लाइन इज पैरेलल टू दिस, तो इस लाइन की हम स्लोप निकालते हैं। सो वी हैव 7y इज इक्वल टू 3x माइनस 8, दैट मीन्स y इज इक्वल टू 3 बाय 7x माइनस 8 बाय 7। सो यहां से इसका मतलब हमारे पास it is in the form you can see y equal to mx plus c, तो ms the slope of line, so यहाँ से हमें slope मिल गई 3 by 7। We know that if lines are parallel, slopes are equal, isn't it? So if lines are parallel, slopes are equal। तो जो required line है वो क्योंकि इसके parallel है तो उसकी भी slope हमारी क्या हो जाएगी 3 by 7। अब we have the point say x1 y1 and the slope, so equation of line can be obtained by using point slope form, y minus y1 is m times x minus x1। तो पुट कर दो, y minus 0 is equal to 3 by 7 times x minus 2, cross multiply, 7y is 3x minus 6, so that means line can be written as 3x minus 7y minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is the equation of required line. Moving on, question number 9, part 1. Using properties of proportion, find x is to y if you are given this relation. तो देखो इसमें हम componendo and dividendo rule use करेंगे, जो कि क्या होता है कि if you have ratio a upon b to be equal to c upon d, then we have a plus b over a minus b equal to c plus d over c minus d. So we have like x cube plus 12x divided by 6x square plus 8 to be equal to y cube plus 27y divided by 9y square plus 27. So let us apply c and d rule, that means componendo and dividendo rule. So we have numerator plus denominator. So x cube plus 12x plus 6x square plus 8 divided by numerator minus denominator. So x square plus 12x minus 6x square minus 8. Similarly on the right hand side, y cube plus 27y plus 9y square plus 27, and then y cube plus 27y माइनस 9y स्क्वेयर माइनस 27। अब देखो ये जो न्यूमिरेटर है यहाँ पे लेफ्ट साइड पे, दिस इज नथिंग बट x प्लस 2 होल क्यूब एंड डिनोमिनेटर इज x माइनस 2 होल क्यूब। सिमिलरली ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, न्यूमिरेटर इज y प्लस 3 होल क्यूब and denominator is y minus 3 whole cube. Now let us take cube roots on both sides. Okay, so take cube root. So on taking cube roots we get x plus 2 over x minus 2 is equal to y plus 3 over y minus 3. Now we want to obtain the ratio x is to y, so let us apply again C and D rule. So again we have numerator plus denominator, so x plus 2 plus x minus 2 over numerator minus denominator means minus x plus 2. Similarly on the right side, y plus 3 plus y minus 3 divided by y plus 3 minus y plus 3. Now in the numerator 2 is cancelled, denominator x is cancelled, we get 2x over 4. On the right hand side 3 cancelled, denominator y cancelled, we get 2y over 6. So this 2 gets cancelled. From here we get x upon y is equal to 4 by 6. Cancel out the common factor 2. So therefore we get x is to y as 2 is to 3, because this is coming out to be 2 by 3. So the required ratio is 2 is to 3, right? Moving on, question number 9, part 2. Part 2 is Abby takes 12 days less than the days taken by Blake to complete a certain work. If both working together take 8 days to complete the work, find the number of days taken by Blake to complete the work working alone. So ये हमने निकालना है. So मान लो Blake suppose takes x days if he is working alone, right? Now Abby takes 12 days less, so that means time taken by Abby would be x minus 12 days if he is also working alone. Now we are given that together they are going to take 8 days to complete the work. So therefore what will be the equation formed? 1 over x plus 1 over x minus 12 would be equal to 1 over 8. Now let us take LCM. So x times x minus 12, numerator will be x minus 12 plus x. This is equal to 1 by 8. That means we get 8 times 2x minus 12 is equal to x square minus 12x. So that means we have 16x minus 96 to be equal to x square minus 12x. So the quadratic equation formed is x square minus 12x minus 16x plus 96 is equal to 0. That is x square minus 28x plus 96 as 0. Let us split the middle term. So we have x square minus 24x minus 4x plus 96 as 0. First two terms, x is common, x minus 24 minus 4 common, x minus 24. So that means we have x minus 4, x minus 24 is equal to 0. So either x is 4 or x is equal to 24. Now look here, we are saying Abby is taking x minus 12 days. So obviously we have x minus 12 greater than 0. That means x should be greater than 12, isn't it? So therefore this 4 is rejected. We get x to be equal to 24. So we assume that Blake is taking x days. So that means Blake will take 24 days to complete the work if he is working alone, right? Now moving on, question number 9, part 3. Part 3 is using ruler and compass only, construct angle ABC as 60, AB as 6 centimeter, BC as 5 centimeters. Now first of all, how do you construct that? Now first of all, you can take your AB, draw AB as 6 centimeters, right? Then we draw this angle B to be equal to 60 degree, alright? And then you take like this angle, right? This angle is drawn as 60 degree. So this whole angle would be 60 degree. Then you mark on this BC as 5 centimeters. Then you are going to take BC as 5 centimeters and then you join AC. That would complete your triangle. Now A part is to construct the locus of points equidistant from AB and AC. So that would be angle bisector of B. Alright, angle B, we have to take angle bisector. That would give you locus of all points which will be equidistant from AB and BC. So here we construct angle bisector. So you can see this is BD. So BD is angle bisector of angle B, right? So you need to construct this. So any point if you take on BD, that would be equidistant from AB and BC. Now B part is to construct the locus of points which are equidistant from A and B. Like this is A, this is B. So to find the locus of points equidistant from A and B, we construct perpendicular bisector of AB. Alright. So AB का हम perpendicular bisector draw करेंगे. So this would be perpendicular also and bisecting also. So this is given by EF, right? So ES is the locus. So this is for part your A and this is for part B, right? Then mark the point which satisfies both the conditions A and B. So you can see here that BD and EF, they are intersecting at P, right? So P is the point which is satisfying both the conditions. So this will give you your C part. Then construct a circle with P as center and passing through A and B. So with P as center and radius as PB, you can draw the circle. Alright. Moving on. Question number 10, part 1. You are given if 2x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial, find the value of k. Now suppose the polynomial is px, which is equal to 3k plus 2x cube plus k minus 1. Now if you are given that 2x plus 1 is a factor, that means we have that p of minus half will be equal to 0. So let us plug in place of x minus half. So that means we get 3k plus 2 times minus half cube plus k minus 1 is equal to 0. Let's simplify. So 3k plus 2 times minus 1 by 8 and plus k minus 1 is 0. Let us take LCM as 8. So we have minus 3k minus 2 plus 8k minus 8 is equal to 0. So we get 5k minus 10, cross multiply, this is 0. So 5k is equal to 10. So value of k is 2, right? Moving on, question number 10th, part 2. A bag contains 8 red, 6 white and 4 black balls. So we have 8 red, 6 white and 4 black balls. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. Find the probability that the ball is, let us take part A, it is red or white. So how many balls are there, red or white? In totality 14, and total balls are how many? 18. So cancel out 2. So that means 7 over 9 is the probability. Part B is probability that it is not black. So if you want to obtain not black, you can obtain it as 1 minus probability that the ball is black. So it will be equal to 1 minus how many black balls are there? 4. So it is 4 over 18. So take LCM. It is 18 minus 4 over 18. That is 14 by 18. That means again if you cancel out 2, probability is 7 by 9. Now C part, probability neither white nor black. So that means it has to be red. So we have to obtain the probability that the ball is red. So you can see we have 8 red balls. So it is 8 over 18. That means it is equal to 4 over 9. Now let's have a look at one last question. Question number 10. Use graph paper for this question. Take 1 centimeter as 1 unit on both axes. First of all, plot the points P23 and Q31. So let us take these points first of all. P is 2, 3. So this is point P, right? So P has coordinates 2, 3. And then Q has coordinates 3, 1. So 3, 1 is this point. So this is Q. Then reflect P is in x-axis to P dash. So reflection of P in x-axis would be, it will be 2, minus 3. So this will be P dash. So we have P dash having coordinates 2, minus 3. Then reflect P dash in y-axis to P double dash. So if you reflect P dash in y-axis, we will come here P double dash. So from here P double dash will have coordinates minus 2, minus 3, right? Then write the coordinates of P dash and P double dash. So these are the coordinates of P dash and P double dash. Now part C, reflect Q in y-axis to Q dash. So if you reflect Q in y-axis like it is 3, 1, it will be this Q dash minus 3, 1. So reflection in y-axis will give you Q dash minus 3, 1. Then you have to reflect Q dash in origin to Q double dash. So if you reflect Q dash in origin to Q double dash, it would be equal to 3, minus 1. So that means it will be this point. This will be Q double dash. Okay, reflection in origin. Then write the coordinates of Q dash and Q double dash. So these are the coordinates of Q dash and Q double dash. Write the geometrical name of PQ, Q double dash, P dash. So let us join now. So you can see we have to first of all join PQ. So this is PQ, then QQ dash, then Q double dash P dash, and then P dash to P. So see, we have this. So you can see this figure drawn is isosceles trapezium because we have P dash is parallel to Q double dash, and also distance PQ will be equal to distance P dash Q double dash. So therefore PQ Q double dash P dash is isosceles trapezium, right? So this will be isosceles trapezium. So this was question number 10, part 3. So I hope all your doubts are clear in this paper. Thank you.